King J back with another video. We have a Lars guide, but the Lars guide is not done by me. It is done by MDL Mandem Lobby member Shaiko. So yeah, give him a nice warm welcome in the comment section. Also as well, remember to subscribe if you like content like this. You know, we put in a lot of work and time into this, and subscriptions are just free. It doesn't bother you or do anything, and there's going to be a lot of Tekken 8 content, especially a lot more intermediate and advanced guides once the beginner guides are over. So yeah, make sure you keep it locked on this channel. Let's get into the video.
Yo, welcome on YouTube. It's your boy Shaiko Plays. I just want to give a quick shout out to King J for allowing me to be on his channel just to give you this quick Lars guide. In this video, we're just going to quickly go through a couple of Lars's key moves, his heat engages, what he does in heat, and his stances. So not going to waste too much time. Let's just go straight into the video. So we're going to quickly go with a couple of Lars's key moves. So for highs, Lars has a fantastic 10 frame punish with 2-1. This is a +8 on hit 10 frame punish, and also puts him into limited entry, which we'll talk about later on in the video. This is a really good move. This is a big change from Tekken 7. This is one of his new moves he got in Tekken 8. Like I said, it's +8, and on block is actually only -6. So this is something you can kind of throw out and use without really taking much risk. So definitely a move you really want to be using. Also, for his mids, Lars has quite a decent amount of mids to use as key moves. So he has full forward 1+2, which is his elbow attack. This is a really good move as it's got quite a bit of range. So you can really, catch your opponent from quite far. If they're trying to obviously approach, you can just quickly throw this out. And it is also safe at -9, but it is also a counter hit launcher. So if you catch them pressing buttons, you get a full combo. Just for example, you get a full combo from using this. So you definitely want to be using full forward 1+2, sorry. He also has back 1. This is his homing move to obviously catch people from stepping, as Lars is quite weak to stepping in this game. So you got back 1. It's 15 frames fast. It is +4 on hit, and on block it is -9, so it's safe. It's got quite a decent amount of range as well. So this is a move you definitely want to be using if you notice your opponent is stepping quite a lot. He also has back 1+2. This has actually been buffed from Tekken 7 in this game. In Tekken 7 it was punishable, but now it's actually completely safe at -9. So this is also a good homing move to use now, in case you want to just get a bit more damage by catching people stepping, because it does chunky 24 damage. So definitely a move you definitely want to be using now. Another move he also has, which is quite good, is again a new move that he's got in Tekken 8, which is down forward 2. So down forward 2 is kind of like Julia's Party Crasher, if you're familiar with her move. It's like an elbow. If you hold back, it is +1, but if you transition into silent entry, it's actually +9. So you get you can get a very good mix up from silent entry. And also on counter hit, you get a knockdown, so you can get free damage. So you can get a free shoulder from doing it, or if you transition, you get a free Z1. So yeah, this is a very good mid poke. It is -11, so it can be punished, but if you transition, you're only -3. So this is a very good mid to really use. One of his key moves. Definitely want to be using this in Lars's arsenal. So another one of his key moves is down forward 1. This is a very good mid poke. It's +5 on hit, 13 frame down forward 1, and it is only -1 on block. So you can definitely use this also as a pressuring tool. So definitely a move you want to kind of throw out there. You can obviously do like down forward 1, down 1, and just to apply a bit more pressure onto your opponent and stuff like that. So to make sure you're definitely using this good mid poke. So as for Lars's lows, he has a decent amount of lows to use. So he has a down back 1-4. It's his natural hit. So if the low hits, you get the high as well. 19 damage, and also transitions into limited entry if you hold down. It is -1, so you're not actually plus when using this move, but it's still quite good because you can do the down back one by itself, and it's got a decent amount of range as well. So therefore a low you want to be using. He also has full crouch 1+2. They've changed the input from Tekken 7. They've always changed the input in this game compared to Tekken 7. It used to be down. It used to be full crouch down forward 1+2, but now it's just full crouch 1+2. So this means that you can really throw out this move quite quickly. So as you can see, I can be stepping, just quickly just throw it out. So, oops, my bad. Yeah. So you can actually throw this move out quite quickly. So this is a really good change. This is arguably one of Lars's best lows, and now they've made it easier to kind of do in the neutral. So therefore low you want to be using, and it's only -12 on block. He also has 1-4. This is like a nice like round ender. When your opponent's low on health, just hit them with a 1-4, and it will usually catch them out. It's -12 on block, and it is +1 on hit. Yeah, +1 on hit. So therefore something you want to use at the end of rounds. Also for lows, Lars has down back 4. This is a really good long range low. It hits from quite far, and it is also a counter hit launcher. So you get a full launch with this low on counter hit. It's really good for opponents who are kind of running in at you. You can see them running, they're about to press buttons, you do down back 4, get counter hit. So really good low to use. Just bearing in mind that this is launch punishable, so make sure you're not being too predictable with your down back 4s. Make sure you use them at the right time, and try to get timing on your opponent to use them. And the last low I want to talk about is actually his hell sweep. So he has a new extension from his hell sweep. So his old hell sweep was full forward 4-3, which he still has. Nice 32 damage, but now it actually leaves you at -3. But his new extension, which is full forward 4-2, is really good. It does 27 damage, and it leaves you at +9 in dynamic entry stance. So it is really good to kind of open up your opponents and a way to get into stance with a lot of plus frames. So it's definitely a move you want to be using in your arsenal when using Lars. And yeah, that is pretty much it for Lars's key moves. So now we're going to go into Lars's stances. So Lars has 3 stances. He has dynamic entry, he has silent entry, and he has limited entry. Now, one good thing about Lars in this game compared to Tekken 7 is that he has complete transitional freedom. So for example, he can go into dynamic entry, silent entry, back to dynamic entry, and then you can do this little funny dance stuff. This is really good. So Lars is no longer just stuck in stance and has to commit to a move. If he wants to kind of try and bait out his opponent, he can obviously go into silent entry, back to dynamic entry, back to silent entry, and it's really good for kind of confusing your opponent and getting them to whiff or make a mistake as well. So this is really good change that I really do like with Lars in Tekken 8. As for the moves he has in his stances, we're going to go through dynamic entry first. So he has dynamic entry. So he has dynamic entry 1-2. This is also a heat engager as well. So this is a really good move. Dynamic entry 1 is actually +1. So as you can see, you can apply your pressure using dynamic entry 1. So it's really good. And obviously the 2 extension actually gels. So if I put the opponent in crouch and just put the opponent on block real quick, you'll notice that the opponent can't duck the second hit because now they've made it so that down forward to 1-2 gels, which is really good. And as you can see, it's only -6 as well on block. So this is a good move to use from dynamic entry. Really good move to use. So Lars also has dynamic entry 2, which is this gut punch that he has. It is +7 on hit and -7 on block, so it's quite safe as well. And also is a counter hit launcher. So if your opponent is pressing any kind of buttons, they will get counter hit. So really good move from dynamic entry. He has dynamic entry 3. Now, I personally think this is Lars's best move. He has in personally in Tekken 8. This is easily Lars's best move. This is a homing mid heat engager that is +5. That is +5 on hit and puts you into silent entry. This is absolutely amazing move. It really just stops your opponent from anyone really stepping Lars, and it's really, really great. And it is also only, let me just put the component on block, and it's +3 on block. So even on block, you can obviously get a nice little Zen mix up as you're in plus. So this is literally Lars's best move in this game. So definitely a move you want to be using. Also in dynamic entry, Lars has dynamic entry 4, which is just a nice little low poke that leaves you at +1, and I believe is minus. I believe it's -12 on block, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, -12 on block. And then the last move he has, for dynamic entry, is his stomp. So dynamic entry 3+4, which is his stomp. It's -3 on hit, and it is -14 on block. So definitely be careful with this one. But again, this is really, really good for situations where the opponent's on the ground and you can just quickly stomp on them and then transition into silent entry. Now we're gonna go into his silent entry stance. So silent entry, he has silent entry 1, which is also a heat engager. This is only -6 on block as well, so really good mid to use. He has silent entry 2, which is his low. It's +6 on hits and only -12 on block, and again is also a counter hit launcher, so definitely a move you want to be using. He has silent entry 3, which is his launching kick. Which is his launching kick. It is -14 on block, but it's got quite quick block stun, so not a lot of people get a full 14 frame punch from it, so just bear that in mind also. And he also has silent entry 4, which is his homing armored kick, or as a lot of the community like to call it, whacklash, which is obviously safe on block as well, so something you can use. And then finally from silent entry, he has silent entry 3+4, which is the spike down move. In Tekken 7 it used to give wall carry, but now it spikes down. But what's good about this move is that it actually is 0 on block, so then you can set people up with frame traps. And the last stance we're going to quickly go through is his limit entry stance. So he only has 2 options from here. So he has limit entry stance 1, which is a low and +4 on hit and -12 on block. And he also has limited entry 2, which is his rising uppercut move, which is also safe as well. So that is it for Lars's stances. So we're gonna quickly go through Lars's heat engagers. He has a couple heat engagers. So first heat engager is 111, as you can see. So if you ever get the G-Clef counter hit, it will go automatically heat. This is really good heat engager to use at the wall as well, because it does wall splat if you use it as a heat dash. So it's quite good to use. He also has 3+4, which is also a heat engager. Nice little mid kick. It's really quite quick as well, so you can kind of catch up on it if they're kind of running towards you. He has dynamic entry 1 to 2, as we discussed before, as a heat engager. He has silent entry 1 also as a heat engager, as you can see, and then he also has dynamic entry 3, which is also a heat engager. So that is it for Lars's heat engagers. Now, as for when Lars is in heat, he has buffs to his limited entry moves while he is in heat. So I should give you a quick example. So now limit entry 1 is now like an attack throw that does 35 damage and switches sides, and limit entry 2 now becomes a launcher. So those are the 2 improvements he gets while he's in heat. Lars also gets access to a new move, which is forward 3+4, which is his armored shoulder barge. It is +10 on hit and +5 on block, and puts Lars into dynamic entry as well. So this is really good to kind of just get a freeway into your opponent and be able to apply a mix up. So really, really good move that he gains in heat. So as for Lars' heat smash, he has a long range mid kick heat smash. It literally hits from range 3. It's actually absolutely crazy how far this hits. It's a really, really good heat smash. Really, really good heat smash. Does 50 damage. Quite a powerful heat smash. What's really good about it as well is that on block, he is plus 10 to 11, and goes in damage entry. So your opponent has to respect your options afterwards. Also, what's really good is that you can actually cancel the stance transition. So if you hold back, Lars doesn't go into stance. This is really good for when your opponent's on low health and they like to kind of mash rage art. You can kind of bait out their rage art and stuff like that. So that is it for Lars. That is it for Lars in heat, and that's his heat smash. It's really, really good. So yeah, guys, that is the basic guide to Lars. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned a lot of things. Again, I just want to thank King J for having me on his channel, and I will see you guys soon. Take care and peace.